When we think of ocean pollution, huge black oil slicks often spring to mind. Yet these spectacular accidents represent only a tiny fraction of all the pollution entering our ocean. Even considering oil by itself, tanker spills are not as significant as they might seem. Only 12% of the oil that enters the ocean comes from tanker accidents. Over 70% of oil pollution at sea comes from routine shipping and from the oil people pour down drains on land.
If you've ever taken in a community beach clean, you'll know that plastic is far and away the most common substance that washes up with the waves. There are three reasons for this. Plastic is one of the most common materials used for making virtually every kind of manufactured object from clothing to automobile parts. Plastic slides and floats easily so it can travel enormous distances across the ocean. Most people's idea of water pollution involves things like sewage, toxic metals, or oil leaks. But pollution can be biological as well as chemical. In some parts of the world, alien species are a major problem. Alien species, sometimes known as invasive species, are animals or plants from one region that have been introduced into the different ecosystems where they do not belong. Forms of pollution, but by no means the only one. Heat or thermal pollution from factories and power plants also causes problems in the rivers. By rising the temperature, it reduces the amount of oxygen dissolved in the water, thus also reducing the level of aquatic life that the river can support.
Kuya, ano po bang epekto ng water pollution para sa inyo?
Kung marami ang nadudumi ang yamang dagat dito sa Pilipinas at ang turismo natin ay bumababa dahil sa tabing dagat ay marami ng basura.
Epekto ng water pollution sa tao yung mga isdang dapat napapakinabangan ng tao na namamatay dahil sa dumi ng tubig.
Some people believe pollution is an inescapable result of human activity. They argue that if we want to have factories, cities, ships, cars, oil and coastal resorts, some degree of pollution is almost certain to result. In other words, pollution is a necessary evil that people must put up if they want to make progress. Fortunately, not everyone agrees with this view. One reason people have woken up to the problem that pollution is that it brings cost of its own that undetermined any economic benefit it does come about by polluting. Take oil spills, for example. They can happen if tankers are too poorly built to survive accidents at sea. But the economic benefit of compromising on tanker quality brings an economic cost when an oil spill occurs. The oil can wash up on nearby beaches that devastate the ecosystem and severely affect the tourism. Sewage is another good example of how pollution can affect us all. Sewage discharge into coastal waters can wash up on beaches and can cause earthquakes. Education. Making people aware of the problem is the first step to solving it. Thus, one of the biggest problems of water pollution is its transboundary. Many rivers have not well-defined bodies. Pollution discharged by factories in one country with poor environmental standards can cause problems in neighboring nations, even when they have tougher laws and higher standards. Environmental laws can make it tougher for people to pollute. But to be really effective, they have to operate across national and international borders. This is why we have international law governing the earth.
That is also the thing about it, and so is pollution. We can live with sewage through beaches, dead rivers, and fish that are too polluted. Or we can work together to keep the environment clean so that plants, animals, and people who depend on it remain healthy. We can take individual action to help reduce water pollution. For example, by using environment-friendly detergents, not pouring oil down drains, reducing pesticides, and so on. We can take community actions too, by helping out on beach cliffs or little creeks to keep our rivers and things that clear with cleaner. And we can take action as countries and continents to pass laws that will make pollution harder and less persistent. Working together, we can make pollution less of a problem and the world a better place.